Madam Web has been a complete and utter disaster for Sony. They wanted another live-action Spider-Man universe, and they definitely did not get that. They expected this movie to be extremely successful, and it fell flat on its face. But now Sydney Sweeney had went on SNL and joked about how nobody watched Madam Web. But before we get into the topic, if you enjoy the content I create, check out the links in the description, follow me on social media, and consider supporting through Patreon or through YouTube memberships. Now, this clip has absolutely blown up on social media, and it is hilarious. It is always great to see companies and bad creatives get completely obliterated, even if it's from their own actors, but she, of course, made this joke, and it has gone viral.
You might have seen me in Anyone But You or Euphoria. You definitely did not see me in Madam Web.
And that is so hilarious because it's so true. I know there were a lot of people that hoping Madam Web was going to at least be a decent experience, and I agree. I don't want movies to come out and for them to be bad, but we knew from the beginning with the first teasers and trailers that this film was going to have a lot of problems. And then it came out and it was a nightmare. I mean, it almost took the record for amount of cuts in movies. The record is at roughly 2,800, and they had 2,400 cuts in this movie, which is insane. I mean, the audio in this was terrible with the way that they had to edit in them speaking over their original lines because clearly they didn't get enough takes. And then you had the awful CGI and the girl boss writing. I mean, nothing with this movie was good, and nobody even wanted this in the first place. Of course, when we found out that they were basically choosing a younger actress to play an older character, Madam Web, people were really disappointed, and this movie deserves all of the roasting that it's getting, and it's hilarious to see Sydney Sweeney do this, and she's broken the internet, but people are saying things like, "Meet a Sydney Sweeney, big dog. She took that check and never looked back," which, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I don't blame the actors who are part of it, because yes, at the end of the day, they are doing their job, they just want to get paid, and she is one of the, up-and-coming actresses in the industry. She's been part of several big projects over the past few years. Again, things like Anybody But You and Euphoria, but they were probably convincing her that this movie was going to be big because it also had good Dakota Johnson in the lead, and it just ended up being a nightmare. Of course, she is an actress, and this most likely was part of the SNL script, but at least they actually had her saying something funny, because the only reason they've survived is because they made fun of Trump with Alec Baldwin. Their viewers were primarily Democrats who hated Trump, and now they only survive because they occasionally bring on funny co-hosts like Sydney Sweeney, and clips go viral on social media. It's practically just a massive shill show because actors who are promoting movies get a full night to promote their projects, and we know companies aren't afraid to pay for advertising, but I think that this shocked everybody and went so viral, and it's so funny, is because it is such a massive dunk on Sony. The whole cast literally just saw this film as another paycheck, never seen a cast roast the movie before and after release, because yeah, usually they want films to do good so that they get follow-ups, but there's no way that Madam Web is getting a sequel at this point. There's no way that she's probably ever going to be playing Spider-Girl again, and there's no way that this cast is ever going to get together to make this next movie or another movie or series within this brand new Spider universe. But yeah, I mean, as you can see from Box Office Mojo, it completely flopped. This film had a budget of about $80 million, so it needed roughly $200 million to start really being considered a success, and it only made $91 million worldwide, and it is still technically in theaters, but it's been making no money. I mean, it never really made money, clearly, judging by these numbers. Its opening was an abysmal $15 million, so it's hilarious to see the cast do this, and it's hilarious to see Sony get absolutely roasted by their actors, and we've tried to tell them over the years that girl boss films do not sell, and if you simply had a good cast of female characters with a really amazing story, and you had picked good writers and cinematographers, you can make a successful movie. But they really did the worst job possible with Madam Web, and it is facing the consequences because it has failed at the box office, and their lead actors are absolutely destroying them on social media over it. But that's all that I really had to discuss with this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comments section down below. If you enjoyed this, give it a like, and if you didn't, give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.